Hello, hello, Kaloo, how are we doing today? My name is Notepad and I write games for fun, so what are we doing today? Obviously, we are going to be doing Flagbearer. Now, Flagbearer, as I've dictated before, is my permanent autism nightmare that I am being forced to rewrite because my autism demands blood. And that's what we're doing. See, fortunately, I cannot... So how's it going today? It's been going well. I didn't really do much today. It was kind of just a lot of little stuff. Played some Monster Hunter. Did some work. Stared into the void, you know. Honestly, doesn't feel that late, but I guess things have been going on. Originally, I had this full thing planned out today. We were going to go to the store. It was going to be amazing. Monster Hunter World. My friend got me back into Monster Hunter World, and like a coke addict, I've decided to throw my face into the pile of fucking snow on my counter. See, I play Monster Hunter World as a real human being, otherwise known as a I use a greatsword. I use a comically oversized weapon for no other reason other than me likey big sword. You can make an argument that there is some larger scale, like, oh, well, you know, you gotta, there's strategy and stuff. No. There's a million combos to these other weapons. What if I just say, no, fuck that, and get a greatsword and just swing it really hard and decapitate everything I don't like? There is no strat, yeah. I played through most of the story, but fell off as the post-game content started. Yeah, Iceborne does fix that. Yeah, the thing is, it's not like there's nothing there with the wind-up, but it... But my friend has been playing, he's been playing Gunlance. The guy who literally started and kind of kickstarted all of this, of everyone getting back into it, plays Switch Axe. Yeah, and another played Double Knives for a while, and a couple other ones. Like, all my friends played, like, remarkably complicated weapons. I did not. I played Big Hammer Go Brrr, and I killed things. But admittedly, I have... I have, like, gone through most of the master rank content. I'm going through the master rank stuff right now. And the entire cycle of Monster Hunter World Iceborne can be summarized very easily. Oh, this seems pretty easy. Oh, fuck! Oh, this seems pretty easy. Oh, fuck! It's like, oh, there's gonna be a monster here. I wonder what monster is gonna be here. It's probably gonna be something ice-related. Oh, it's a fucking poison Tobakadachi. Awesome, amazing, lovely. Oh, it's just a fucking Rathian. I've fought billions of these things before. This is gonna be fine. And then it just wombo combos my ass and eats my soul, and I'm like, oh, uh-oh. You don't really need to think about your gear. I realize I really don't need to think about my gear as much in low and high rank. But kind of entering into mastering, I've been paying attention a lot more, being like, what skills am I getting out of this? What abilities am I going to get out of this? How do I get this? How do I get this? And it's very surreal to be like, I'm actually thinking things through a little bit more and realizing decorations are bullshit. Decorations are so annoying. I hate them. But they're so important to how the game plays. It's fucking nuts. But yeah, oh, I already went through that, Manly. I went through that for high rank for the full Rathian set because I thought it looked cool. I grinded Rathian shit for fucking ever. and got everything I needed. But then it was like, sorry, Rathian stuff sucks now. And then when you start, literally when you start Iceborne, every single piece of gear you have will get you through the first 2 missions, maybe. Everything after that, it falls hard. And you need to get the master rank gear, especially the armor. Because if you don't get the master rank armor, it's like, oh, well, I guess I'll die. And it sucks because all the helmets and stuff look dog shit except one, and it's an Autogon gear, and fighting Autogons are the worst thing in the world. Like, it is... Fighting the new monsters. It took me a bit to get used to the new monsters, but the giant fish you encounter, the Bantus. Giant fish man isn't that scary. Now that I've fought him a few times, I'm like, okay, I know how to fight you, and you're not too complicated. It's just a lot of... With the great sword, it really does feel like half the time, it's like, I'm just gonna sit here and wait. I need to sit here and wait for you to fuck up once for me to leap on you and kill you. But it's like, okay, you're just gonna fly around for 20 fucking hours. Awesome. This has, I've debated on investing in, I was doing the Hunters, the Sword and Shield. I was kind of like, when I was going through like the low rank stuff with my friends who kind of restarted, I like, oh, I'll try Sword and Shield out. I'm like, I'm kind of digging this. This is fun. Charge Blade, I believe. Not the Charge Blade. It's, just the Sword and Shield combo. Because you get a little bit of, you can move around and stuff. But it's not like, it's kind of follows the same principles as the Great Sword. I'm like, okay, I'm vibing with this a lot more. But I'm like, do I want to spend all the resources to have a second weapon? I'm like, fuck me. Like, time to get back into the mine. Howdy, I'm late. What's up? Nothing much. I was talking Monster Hunter World and getting irrationally angry over my fucking Palico not healing me. My Palico's name is Belford, so every now and again when I'm sitting in chat with my friends, I'll just fucking scream, fucking Belford, you stupid cat, do something. Then Belford doesn't do anything because Belford's an idiot. But he's my idiot. He's my stupid cat. But we're working on Flagbearer tonight. A lot of stuff to do with Flagbearer, unfortunately. So I'm kind of... Right now what I'm doing is I need to make my way through and fixing things before I turn around and redo things. This is a weird thing to note, but like, we've got little notes like this for myself just because I'm like, I'm going to have to rewrite chunks of this game already. So I'm like, okay, if I just fix everything now, I won't have to worry about it because I'm a genius. The current strategy, the current game plan is that every single one of these, because this is horrible and dog shit, I will need to make new ones. Effectively, every single one of these abilities are things that you get every level. These are, you get new ones and you get new toys to play with and things like that. The original idea was that there was rank 1, you got these, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4. I decided to say, maybe not, and I went down to do this way, which is just, you get to pick 2. I might even say, you get to pick 1, maybe like 1 or 2. This has yet again updated to a completely different method, which is, why don't I give all of these, like, why don't I make these all kind of like JRPG abilities, JTRPG abilities, where you have to invest points into for higher effects. So if you, so it's kind of like for precise shooting, it wouldn't just be precise shooting, it would be precise shooting novice, add +2. Hey, you're trained, you get +3. You're mastered, you get a +4. Little things like that. Because I was kind of worrying, like, why don't characters feel different? They're a little bit weird, funky. This was like a serious concern I was having, because this is a weird game with a lot of weird issues that have built on top of one another now, and now it's like time to fix everything. And here we are. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Each trooper will improve themselves by surviving battles and emerging victorious. Suggesting they let's see. Each trooper will improve themselves by surviving battles, allowing them to rank up, to increase their own rank. Each captain has a set of each captain has a unique progression. Actually, it has a unique progression for their. Let's see. Each captain has a unique progression for their troopers, allowing them to develop their union as they develop their union by setting their troops down particular paths. Whenever a trooper ranks up and adopts their next when a trooper ranks up and adopts their next whenever trooper ranks up, they will improve their contribution to the union, their own attributes, and as well as give a new tactic or maneuver for the union to perform. What cannot switch out of their new career. Cannot switch out of their new career or change the path they are on. Captains may choose to hold a promotion. For a trooper until later. This is may hold a promotion. May choose to hold a promotion for a trooper until later. They will gain no more experience. But will be able to increase their rank. Let's see, but we're able to increase their rank. There we go. I might have to change some of the name. So one of the gimmicks of this game is that good night. One of the gimmicks of this game is let me see if I can bring up This is a little bit strange to actually explain. Which I've got this, by the way. I think I know how to do it. So effectively, you have a captain in the middle. This is your captain. Every trooper contributes to your captain's stats during a kind of mass combat scenario. These constitute your union. And you'll be moving this around the battlefield effectively. Now, every trooper, let's say your band takes 10 damage. Your union takes 10 damage. As a captain, you have the right to distribute that 10 damage to anyone you want, including yourself. So it's kind of the idea of you're increasing your health just as much as you're increasing your prowess. So if your troopers rank up, everyone gets healthier, everyone gets stronger, including you. Now, every trooper also contributes something differently to it. So having two of the same kind of trooper doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. You just double up. You have more of them. You don't get the maneuver, like to double up the maneuver at all. You just get more. What I was thinking we could do is increase it kind of like the exponential, like for every sergeant at arms you get something more. What are we doing tonight? Trying to take over do as we usually do, trying to take over the world. Just working on Flagbearer. Little bit quiet. So, again, part of me is thinking we do the same idea of like however many we have, so it would be +1, +2, +3, +4, or whatever. Or +1 per sergeant you get. Another part of me is like, we just keep it, because you get things like this, which is like square. Hey, quickly reorganizes themselves into an anti-cavalry formation. All cavalry attacks are at -2. That's all they is. That's all it is. If I wanted to do that kind of method like up here, where it pretty much is the number of pikemen, increase it by 2, 3, 4, maybe we could do something like that. That would encourage some of these, but I would have to rewrite some of them. Not really a bad. Is that really? You know what? I think I can do that. So let's just go through it. Let's make the assumption we're going to be doing that, because I think it's a good idea. So, militia, tier 1 foot, tier 2 foot. Actually, I should. And there we go. Technically, there is also the peon, but peons are tier 0. Suck. The light armor, basic hand weapon, light shield, Jeanette. Light armor, basic hand weapon, cavalry. Technically, I should put mount here instead of cavalry. Sergeant at arms. +1, +2. +1 plus attack, +1 +2. Medium armor, martial. Keep yourselves together. So the idea, like, keep yourself together is really good if you have, but you also want to be like, hey, maybe we want to have different sergeants at arms, because every character has 2 classes. That's a big thing. I think that's a very good idea, is, hey, we have more classes. Pikemen, tier 3 foot, +1, +1, +1, medium armor, martial, great spears. This would be actually a stance, because that would be changed and be a stance. It's -2. -3, -4. Mm. 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 Up to 3 steps, which is we're going to add this. Having four of a unit of the same unit type, of the same trooper type. Having 4 of the same trooper type will still contribute. Let's see, still contribute their attribute benefits, but not their, let's see, but not their maneuver, not their maneuver, tactic, stance, passive effects. So we want to do +1, or at +1, +2, +3. Easy enough to understand. So, stancing Knight Errant. Hello, it's the Knight Errant. What do they do? They're cavalry. They're fucking heavy cavalry, baby. Heavy armor, chivalrous boasting. This would be, tactic, assault, actually no, it'd be tactic, 0, any. We have to do the proper notation for things. Union boasts and hypes themselves for the next fight. They gain +2 to their +2, +3, +4 to their next combat action. You have 4, if you have 3 knight errants, you are fucking set. You have +6 strength, +3 tactics. You are doing fine. I walked away for a little. What's the focus on the Redux? Like specific bugging you, or is it kind of clunky, need to smooth it all over? Legitimately, at this point, it is a complete reworking from the ground up. Originally kind of the problem with the first version, like when I was going to PDFing it, when the first goal was like, oh, I want to PDF it. That's all I want to do. I want to PDF it. Then I was like, oh, well, there's no lore. So I'm going to write some lore for it. Then I kind of was going into it a little bit more, and I kept looking at it, and then it dawned on me a little bit. This is the worst fucking thing I have ever written. Holy fucking shit. Oh no. Oh fuck. Oh god. Yeah, so it became no. Yeah, it became a desperate it became a desperate fucking spaghettios. I need to fix all of this shit immediately because I thought it was good. I think one of the issues is, like, in my head, I had this like idea of like, yeah, this is what Project Tactics is. And then looking into it more, I was like, oh, this is the worst thing I have ever written, ever created by man, and I want to kill everyone and involved in it, including myself. There was just a lot of things where there was a lot of things from when I was earlier on in this dev cycle, this dev life. And those earlier on, I was like, oh, well, this doesn't work as well as I was hoping. Or, oh, well, this seems like dog shit. Like, let's make this a little bit better. It became a lot of, well, let's tone this up to, I need to fundamentally change things. Because there are aspects that I had written in that made no sense. Just complete poppycock nothingness. But then I went back into and watched the video. Yes, I went back and watched the archived video. The archived stream. And I'm like, yeah, no, this makes sense. I'll fix it later. I'm like, Notepad, you utter baboon. You complete baboon. You flummoxed us all. So currently, like, some of the major changes are the inclusion of races. That's a big one. Just kind of the inclusion of the lore. I've written none of the lore yet, mind you. The lore is there, though. I have the idea, it's just putting it in there. One of the, we have, kind of restructuring how, give me one moment. You're right, I am fixing it right now. But currently, the major changes that have been put in place. So, 1. Races. Lore in general. 2. Classes. Originally, the classes were a little loosey-goosey. And the idea behind the classes were like, it's kind of more of a focus of how you are fighting. Knights, as you can kind of see here, knights are pretty much titans of the battlefield. They go in, they take a punch, they deal one back. But there's also things like the warlord, the knave, the rangers, magicians, and clerics and bishops in the bishop. One of the ideas I had was, oh hey, you have to multi-class. Easy enough to understand, you must multi-class. And I'm like, okay, easy enough. But then I realized something. You could technically make a knight warlord and just fight people, and there was no reason for you to not just double up classes or just take one class, take the fun class you want to play and then take a real one. I'm like, maybe not. So what I did is I divided the classes into 3 categories. So you have marshals, mages, and rogues, and each of them are going to get a series of benefits that they have, including weapon. There's going to be weapon arts, it's going to be magecraft, and it's going to be tricks. All of them are going to do something slightly different, which goes into the 3rd system added, which was focus. Focus is kind of like it's a little bit of a building up resource based off of Muso gauges. And anytime you do anything, you're going to build focus. Just forced a manly co-host. Okay, we get to witness my strongest manly yet. Behold my strongest manly. He's golden. He's perfect. And this is an incredibly obscure reference to the game that kind of inspired this entire mess. He is truly my strongest soldier. But Focus was pretty much a band-aid to a lot of different problems of spamming certain maneuvers, spamming certain ideas. And to Venny, thank you very much, Wuso. So it's like, all right, so we've been kind of building on that concept a little bit of like, okay, so focus became kind of a meta resource for fixing everything. And the only issue with focus that I was thinking like, oh man, this is hard, like this doesn't fucking work, is like, oh, that's annoying to count it. But then I realized something. You should never have more than 10. You are encouraged to burn that shit as fast as possible. Every single fucking thing you do in this game is D6 or D10. You can just use a spin down die. You just use a D10 as a spin down. That counts your focus. Boom. Solved. Fucking immediately. I feel like how your manly's been getting genuinely better at the content in general. Thank you very much. Don't worry, we'll be going back to dog shit content as usual here soon. I do have a case this weekend. That case is going to be a little weird because it's just a bunch of stuff people have sent me, which I'm probably going to go over either one of those games tonight, or possibly another, or I'm going to go over quite a few of them tomorrow. Because I have you know that I just fucking took a bunch from the thread this month. I'm like, I'm gonna go over these and we're gonna talk about them, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop me. Yeah, it's last few videos, the fatal video was such a time-consuming mess to get done. I was like, alright, I did it. The noties did not turn out perfect. I was super annoyed with the noties. There was little itty bitty things. I had to re-record the audio like 3 fucking times. It was awful. But is the fatal video performing well? It's as performing as well as literally any of my, like, it's performing way better than any of my other videos. Let's just say that. Like, the fatal video is up to 2.7. And yeah, it's performing a hell of a lot better than most of my videos. Though I am going through the continuous cycle of the TSL the TSL killer? Absolutely not. That might be Mailgist though. I got a comment actually the other day on the TSL video being like, maybe it's not for you. I'm like, and I was just like, dare I respond? And I got bullied into it. I said, yeah, women deserve less. Make sure to clip it. But it's one of those really weird things I've been going through the past like month and a half roughly. Because it'll be like this weird, it's partially blocked. The ending song was blocked in like a third of Eastern Europe. I have no idea why. It's a little weird. It's a bunch of stuff. Like you can't watch it in Cyprus, Turkey, Georgia, or Russia. Yeah, it's like, why is Manly a demon with many hands? Oh, he is a Savoni. I'll reveal the secret. Let me see. I'm just gonna call it the cat people. They're the Savoni. This is one of those really weird. Project Tactics is based heavily off of The Last Remnant and some of its ideas. Now, in The Last Remnant, for some unholy reason, there is a race of 4-armed cat people. Now, you may be thinking, is this a plot point of some degree? No, it's not. There's just 4-armed cat people. Though admittedly, most of the races are pretty fucking weird in Last Remnant, and no one gives a fuck about the fact that they're weird, because you'll look at it being like, yes, there are giant fish people. Why are there giant fish people? I don't know, and you shouldn't care either. And then they just walk away. It's like, What? It's kind of like that pot. Like no, you have to answer me this. Like, why are there four-armed cat people? Because there are four-armed cat people. Yeah, the thing is, it's not like they play into like Rakshis or any like Raksha or anything. It's not like they play into that at all. That's the funny thing. It's not like, oh well, they're tricksters or something. No, they're just regular fucking people. That's the funny thing. It's one of those things, like, in that world, you just walk downtown and it's like, oh boy, I'm gonna get some food from the local market. Oh hey, Todd, the four-armed fucking cat man who's just sitting down there jiving. Yeah, this is completely normal and nobody says anything about it. It's just one of those very odd things, but I like that aspect about it. As I was getting back to it, will the Turkic Notepad fandom ever recover? One of it's been weird for the past about month and a half. Is that it's been like this constant series of it's so over and we're so back. Like, it's been this, like, constant up and downs, like, repeatedly. And it's been very, like, just tiring, I guess that would be it. Because, and it's always little things. This is the thing. It's always, like, those little itty-bitty moments, or, like, little things people say that you just pause for a moment and you're like, oh god. Or like, hell yeah, we're so fucking back. Like there was like, and it's sometimes it's really innocent things. Because people will say like, oh, you only get that many views after this long? It's one of those things like, yeah, after about 3 years, I barely break 1,000, and it's Jover, like it never even began, and it's like, oh, guess I'll just fucking kill myself. And then I see someone being like, man, I love your channel, this is the greatest stuff I've ever watched. I'm like, we're so fucking back, boys. We never left, and that it's just kind of this constant like ping-ponging back and forth, and it's like, man, fuck me. Like, and you would like, I would really like to like have like a much more solid, like, I feel really good about this, or I feel like feeling great, or I'm feeling bad, and I just like, but it's like constantly like back and forth, back and forth. Hello, Akeem, the art warrior. How do you do? Something. Yeah, technically the Wild Sea video is also blocked exclusively in Russia. Because of kickback. That is the only reason that the Russian audience cannot see that. Amazingly, Enchanted Country, I thought Enchanted Country would get blocked and I would actually have changed this, but no, it's just a lot of this stuff. I usually get like a copyright strike, and if you ever see ads on some of my videos, like, it's usually because it has a copyright strike on it somewhere. And sometimes it's for good reasons, sometimes it's for bad. Very rarely do I get like a partially blocked. If it's like, oh, everywhere, it's like, yeah, because Wild Sea got blocked again. To be a little bit more sincere, I really do like the autism you work on, but I can also, yeah, I understand entirely why it hasn't blown up. And I'm like, yeah. Like, the thing is, like, I like what I do. I like the problem. Yeah. WildC was on that same capacity. That's why I said, like, if you want it, like, tell me and I'll upload it somewhere else. Because WildC is a, WildC was one of those other ones, because I'm like, I'm pretty sure, like, someone, like, these guys have a VPN already, so I'm like, I don't really need to think about it too much. But, generally speaking, yeah, like, I understand why it hasn't blown up. I know why. I mean, that's not, like, a complicated thing to think about. But it doesn't help that, you know, again, there is that moment of, oh, well, you haven't, like, oh, well, you haven't done this. Oh, well, yeah, no, I haven't really got any bigger. Being like, oh, well, that's a shame. I love your content so much, so amazing. It's such a shame that you haven't got bigger after. It's always like, it's a shame you haven't gotten bigger after 3 years, and it's like, oh yeah, all right, that's cool, and it's just little things. Little things. See, you say like, oh, well, you have 2K. You have 2K. And I was like, oh, yeah. Because like every now and again, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing good. Recently, though, I've been watching a guy called William SRD. William SRD, 29.5 subscribers. He just does video game reviews of old D&D games. He hasn't been doing it for too long. He's only been doing it for about 2 years. He blew up pretty recently, if you kind of look at the views here. He blew up relatively recently. You kind of see with like the Daggerdale video kind of blew up, and that kind of like highlighted everything here, because if you notice, all the videos are effectively the same. And it's just like, okay, like, can't compare myself to him. Though I have seen Mildra the monk. I can't get exact. Let's see. Actually, I'm curious. Mildra the monk subscriber count. I shouldn't do this, but yeah. So I'm about on par with Mildra at this point, and Mildra's been doing this for quite a while. What if you got sponsored by Raid Shadow Legend to make a game for them? I don't think you quite like. I don't think people quite understand. Is that like, if I get like an ad, like, we'll pay you money to do something, I'll fucking do it. I will have that nice little like plug randomly in the middle of the video, and it will be a hard cut to an ad. It will be a hard, deafening cut. And I will literally say in the video, it's time for a cut, and I will cut it. And then we will do the ad, cut back to the video as if nothing happened. This is how we keep the dream working, brother. As long as something you like, it doesn't heavily affect you do, and why not continue? It's, yeah, I get that, Akeem. It's just like, okay, it's just been kind of that gnawing feeling for the past little while of like, yeah, we're so back. It's so fucking over. Let's see. Lancer. The Union attacks another Union. Immediately disengages. 1d6. Let's see. The Union attacks another Union and immediately disengages. Disengage is 2, immediately engage is 1d6 plus 1, 2, 3 hexes away. Pretty much Lancers are really good. Actually, we can, no, I know what we can do. Why don't we make this a passive? We make this a passive, and we say when the Union makes a assault charge tactic. Assault charge tactic. They may immediately disengage. 1d6 1d6 plus 1, 2, 3 hexes. Actually, we do 1d6 plus 2 plus 4 hexes away. Effectively, they can make a huge goddamn hit. They make an assault charge. Now, assault is the action, charge is the tactic being applied. They hit, and they can immediately book it. You have just been slammed by a charge, and they can immediately, effectively leave with no penalty. Ignore damage. Warden. First by any focus tactic. Yeah, no, that's... The Wardens, this is fine. The gimmick of the Warden is that they have Guardian, which is essentially like you gotta kill the Warden first. Great Shield. Actually, no, we do. Maneuver 1. Actually, no, this would be Maneuver 1. Attack 14. Union negates all. The Union reduces ranged. Actually, no. No, actually, we do. Oh, actually, no. No, what am I doing? No. Shade from the Rain, we do this as a stance. We change it to a stance. Union adds. There we go. Makes them a little bit simpler to understand. Great Shields effectively have heavy shields. They're pretty much like the only one who has heavy shields. Wardens should have the heaviest armor and the biggest weapon possible. They aren't really good at actually killing things, though. I'm meaning the entire video is an ad because you made a game for someone, like commissioned by a big company like Raid. Do it in a heartbeat. Absolutely like a goddamn heartbeat, Spartan. I don't think people quite understand. If a real actual company approached me, be willing to pay me money for an actual real game, do it in a heartbeat. There will be a scrolling little wheel at the bottom. We'll have custom manlies. It'll be custom everything. We're gonna make it big, everyone. Big money. Big money. Imagine. We can go so much higher. Reducing manly sizes because I realize he's taking up like 90% of the screen. I mean, that's like the God, yeah, Vealer. This is what I'm gonna be hopping on next. I'm going hard. I'm going big. We're dedicating ourselves to the new VLR project. We're gonna make money. We're gonna do this. This is how we're gonna make money, everyone. We're getting on that ERP grind. Gotta get on that grind. I think it's not vaporware. It literally got announced a few days ago. It will be months before we see anything really relating to it. Actually. Now, this might not seem very good, but you know, you might be like, oh, well, that seems really broken. But again, this is also a tier 4 character where this guy's gotta survive quite a bit, and it's like he's already a pikeman. He's gonna go up to halberdier. Like, this is something you are making a dedicated effort to be like, I want a bunch of halberdiers, which is if someone makes an assault against you, if someone attacks you in melee, you're going to be able to do free damage to them. Might not kill them, but you get to do free damage to them. Which is like, hey, this, you know, these guys are already heavily injured. You know, hey, like, hey, we get to do bonus shit against you. It's a wall of spikes. I don't want to run into a halberd unit, because a halberd unit's going to fuck your day up. Break their spirit. Actually, we want to do maneuver. Maneuver 2, tack 17. We're gonna change this. Union deals 1d10. Oh, does 1d10. Actually, 1d6, 2d6, 3d6 damage to all members of the enemy of the engaged union. Must be let's see, of an engaged union. You have 3 cataphracts. You can just say, we're doing this, and you spend 2 focus. Succeed at the check, and you've done 3d6 damage to all troopers in an engaged union. Now, this is the thing. This is not against them, against the unit. This is against every single character in there. If you're fighting a bunch of low-tier units, 3d6 can kill militia, because you have broke them. Because you're fucking scary. That's your entire gimmick. Cataphracts get in there, and cataphracts break your balls. Because cataphracts have to go from the Knights Errant, so they get all the Knight Errant bonuses, mind you, in addition to the cataphract bonuses. And the Knight Errants get, yeah, you chivalrous boast, and then you go into that. Congratulations, you have just completely ran over the enemy. There's no secret, there's no strategy. The goal is to break them in half. Let's see, Praetorians. Oh, let's see. Overrun. Overrun is, we can actually make that a, actually, why don't we do a tactic assault? Tactic assault. Actually, we can do assault / ranged volley. The Union's next attack, expose the enemy for 2 rounds. Run. Raiders, gross rails. This is a very specific Byzantine term here. This is one of those incredibly, like, I was getting desperate for different ways to say it's a knight because there's only so many fucking ways. So it's a really weird version of Byzantine heavy cavalry. It's a very particular brand of them. Oh, don't lie, you're not getting into erotic games. See, the thing is, let's see, breaking the 4th, damn it, I don't have it anymore. I could attempt to perform the Twitch meta, though the Twitch meta is dead now. Let's play a game, everyone. What's the current, what's on the current front page of Twitch? This guy's just reading Juju Kaisen. That's a VTuber. React content. I'm amazed. There's no tits out. Nope, there we go. Admittedly, this is a VTuber. They've got like one thing they can do these days. Oh, nope, there we go. Not as bad there. For a while there was, hey, Joe Cat is still around. God, I hate Joe Cat. Truly, our darkest hour. Raiders, Union deals an extra +1d6, +2d6, +3d6 damage to exposed unions. Technically have the T's, so there's that. Hell yeah, man. Joe Cat, have you ever heard the song where a man in cat ears sings about how he likes girls and it somehow made me gay because it's truly astounding of how I'm just like, wow, you have made liking women awful. Now he's playing Final Fantasy XIV because people bullied him on the internet. He also made a bunch of D&D stuff, apparently, and I'm like, wow, pain. What was your reason for not liking Joe Cat? Joe Cat was just annoying. It was one of those things where I'm just like, I just don't like your content very much, because he did like I think he was one of the guys who did like a crap guide to D&D and stuff. And it was like, you don't, like, you're trying to be endearing, and I'm like, no, fuck you. This is all terrible advice. This is all terrible, terrible things you're saying. Please stop talking. Yeah, of course, because those are popular things. And the thing is, one of the things is he was also involved in the Hogwarts thing. That was like a big thing that happened too. He was like, Hogwarts, everyone who plays Hogwarts Legacy is a transphobe. I'm like, it's a fucking little wizard game for children. Please, why? Don't do this to me. Alright, so let's go. Fighter. Gladiator, gladiator, gladiator. Regular aspirant. There, every time the union puts a member of an opposing unit into the let's see. Smoother, glory kill, passive. Every time, actually, when an engaged union has a member enter the dying state, every aspirant regains +3 health. I'm just going to do every, and this is going to be +3 instead of it building up, because this is pretty good. Because remember, aspirants they get this for over here. They berserker. Let's call berserker stance because it's funny. We'll do oh, didn't click that button. Berserk stance. There is actually a thing I need to remember, because I put that as a note. Let's see. Increase their damage. That's the benefit of having more berserkers, is you literally will take less damage. You take less damage while berserking. It doesn't seem like a lot, but hey. Yeah, you become bloodthirsty and edge all assaults. The problem here is something very simple. You can't make maneuvers while berserked. Like, during the berserk stance, you aren't doing jack shit and you're just taking extra damage. Which, if you only have 2 berserkers, you're taking d6 extra damage. That is d6 extra damage on characters who do not have heavy armor. They can deal a lot of damage, but they're gonna die really fast if you don't kind of get in there a little bit. Gorilla. Isolation. The, maneuver 0. We're actually gonna say it's gonna be tough 14. Two, one trooper. Actually, no. We can reduce the focus cost. That's an easy way of doing things. You just reduce the cost to do it. A gladiator. Let me guess. Is more a movie because it suffers chronic cutscene disease. You get used to it. I remember when the Warner game meant something. Have an idea for a second resolution system. I don't know what to do with it. You would roll 2 dice like 2d6, but the whole point is either rise or lower of those dice. I don't know how to make a roll over or roll under system. Wing it. When in doubt, wing it. What's the worst that could happen? Improvise. Don't think too hard about things. Thinking is hard. Actually, we can do maneuver 1, core 13, actually core 14. Actually, no, we'll do core 12. No, core 14. Union. Actually, no. We can do, we'll make tactic 2, actually tactic 1, ranged volley. The Union. Skirmish line doesn't seem very good. However, effectively with skirmishers, you're going to be able to fire and then usually take like a step back. Now, this doesn't seem very good. However, then you realize something, that horse archers and raiders are the next in line for them. They become cavalry units. So they're increasing the unit's movement speed by 1. You can make a horse archer build in this game. Horse archer builds make you annoying. Everyone hates you. Bear killers. Yeah, bear killers regain health every round. Yeah. Bear killers regain plus 3 HP at the end of the round. Bear killers are all about getting in there and staying in there. With heavy armor and great martial weapons, they are probably some of the most enduring units in the game. They can stick into a fight. You want to designate just a little bit of damage, because you have to think every damage against them is technically 3 less. So, oh, you took 5 damage. They've only taken 2 damage as of right now, and if they don't take any damage next round, hey, you've taken no damage. Problem with bear killers is that you want to designate damage to them. So I can try to come up with a setting for a game. Either writing is well, settings stuck. And I'm back out of the question. Your opinion on karaoke and singing in general. The secret for singing is very simple. I cannot sing, even though I was in choir. I was in jazz choir. I get people who do karaoke, and I like. There's one streamer I follow on YouTube every now and again. When she sings, I like it when she sings because she's a very talented singer. And I'm like, oh boy. Well, the thing with berserkers is that bear killers, if we go up here, bear killers upgrade from berserkers. So they keep the berserk ability. You get a bunch of bear killers, you're taking more damage, and they don't stop swinging. Effectively, you can kind of think the way of going to berserker to bear killer is like, I'm a berserker who lived. I am incredibly durable, I can take a lot of damage, and I'm gonna keep getting back up. And kind of the idea is like, the knight is all about armor. They want to reduce damage, they're tanking damage, or they're offloading damage to like 1 or 2 units to protect their other units. The warlord is all about, we're taking a ton of damage, but we're dealing it back. And we'll just regenerate effectively at the end of the fight. That's the big thing, is we're gonna regenerate. We're gonna be at the edge of death. Oh yeah, Magic is a Paradox game. Yeah, it was published, but that was like during a time when Paradox was a real company. Yeah, there was Paradox is a weird company now. I think everyone kind of understands that they're a weird company. Sacred War Chant. There's actually a very particular one I want to take. It's going to be... Mm. This is pretty good if you want to get, if you're going down a warlord caster route. You want to do something stupid, you go warlord bishops. Because you want to know what a warlord bishop's going to let you do? Let's buff the flagellants so they take more damage. Heroes, heroes. I need to change heroes. Aspirant. Actually, I know. Aspirant. That's all they do. Reduce the Union's damage taken by 1. Actually, 4. Villain, because I am not the villain of this story. The Union targets a single member of the enemy. Union targets a single, let's see, the Union targets a enemy, and fucking terrible way of wording that. The Union targets a single trooper from an engaged union. They deal 2d6. They deal 2d6. Actually, no, they deal 2d. Actually, 2d6, 2d10, 2d10. Actually, 2d6, 2d6, 3d6. Average is 11. 3d6 is going to be the average of 10, so it would be 12.5. So it would be, if you get 3 villains, you can do 30 damage. Straight up, just do 30 damage. Actually, you know what we can do? No. Place in engaged union. Actually, there we go. Villainy. So villains have a completely different way of operating now. They still kind of operate on that similar premise of go hard, go fast. Instead of being like, oh, I want to take damage, though, they're like, we're going to assault you, we're going to burn a lot of, relatively a good amount of focus, 3 focus, and we're just going to do a shit ton of extra damage that you cannot retaliate again. They add +1 if they are successful in the attack. Effectively, the idea of the villain is that you want to bully weaker enemies. You want to say, hey, there is a weak enemy here who we are confident we can beat. If we can beat them confidently, we're going to do a shit ton more damage to them. Even it's D6, it's still 6 extra HP getting down, and we get to ignore pretty much any retaliatory damage. Going against someone stronger, a little bit less reliable. Motion went lag. God, dip for a bit. Good time was here. Good night. Good luck. Don't put your penis in the pencil sharpener. It's Jover. Afternoon. I'm curious. There's strong feelings on UVG. Ultraviolet bigger, blacker edition. Never really gone over a UVG. I admittedly, I will say I kind of wrote it off as kind of like, oh, it sounds like another art book kind of thing. So I'm like, nah, not really my thing. But, actually, we can do, with arrows and spells. If they actually plus 1d6 plus 2d6 plus 3d6. Actually, we're going to add an extra plus 2d6 damage. Actually, no, we'll do plus 1d6 slash plus 2d6 plus 3d6. So add an extra plus 1, plus 2, plus 3d6 damage to a target union. Target union within half, rounding down, norm range of the union. Pretty much it's just do a little bit of free damage. That's all it is. A little bit of free damage. And mostly if they're getting close. Also kind of a bait tactic, because horse archers are, again, tied with skirmishers. Actually, Think about tactics. Actually, what we can do, we can be really annoying. Passive. Harass with arrows and spells. Add an extra +1, +2, +3d6 damage to a target union within half rounding down range of the unit. So effectively what you want to do with horse archers is you want to get pretty close, shoot them, and then disengage. That's it. You know, it's like bing, 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 then you leave. But if you go into the Raiders category a little bit, they get the loot and pillage option. Loot and pillage is very simple. Let's know this is actually no. 1d6, 2d6. Actually, no, we do 1d6, 1d10, and then we do 2d10 HP when entering a feature. So it's kind of that idea is like you've entered a feature, I've added 5 HP to the entire union. Everyone in my party is effectively recovering a little bit of HP. Not a lot of HP, but just a little bit. No, actually, no, it's so you can divvy up 5 HP to everyone. You're like, you got one guy who's really messed up, you took a focus attack or something, heal him up. You know, hey, but later on you get a couple raiders, you raid, you go in, you go out, you hit hard, you go back, you go in, go out. Let me grab my 2d10 here. Let's roll my 2d10. I restore 16 HP in total. So I get to divvy up 16 HP to all of my units. And remember, we're also being able to double it. Holy shit. Thank you very much, Anonymous Gifter, for gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the Notepad add-on community. Thank you very much. I usually I don't have a funny thing over here because don't expect things like this. So thank you all. So thank you very much. Whoever you may be, wherever you are. Except you. I know who you are. I know you. You can't hide from me. Ugh. Also, yes, you are thinking correctly, Draco. There was a new game. There was a game that came out not too long ago that really plagiarized UVG. I saw some bits of it, and I was like, this seems a little bit weird. Actually, no. All maneuvers have edge. Pretty much you add an extra d6 to it. This is going to be one of the few, like, for every plus, for everyone. Then we have Mercenary. Mercenary is another dog shit name. I should come up with a better one. Actually, Like, mercenary sounds a bit weird. Vagabond, scum, anonymously gifting subs. Yeah, one thing what I want to do is I do want to add in some more stuff for subscribers. I really don't know what to add. I'm not that fun and exciting. Actually, yeah, we can call Vagabonds work. Fight like it's payday. Actually, do we have another? Do we have another word for mercenary? You can call them condottieri. Actually, we can call them Call them Condotore. They're it's a little bit weird. Fight like it's payday. Fight like it's payday. Let's see. This is a little bit of a gimmick one, but the Condotore would be upgrading from the Gorilla. And the Gorilla has the ability to isolate people, so they don't really pair well together. And they're also going to move into signifiers. Feels like there should be something else there. That ability sounds weird. When looking for synonyms like that, I use word hippo. Yeah, every now and again, it's just like, what's a good word for this? Time to look up. You will see. I start getting more and more desperate as I'm like, how do I make bandit sound better? God, it feels like I should do a different ability here. Because it pretty much makes like you shouldn't have more than one gorilla, really, or you end up with multiple, like... One. We have a... We have some fun stuff. We have a... Actually, I know what we can do. We can make this work. Fight like it's payday. The Union, Now, fight like it's payday now leads to a very unique effect, which is effectively, you are treated as if you are more. If you're fighting one person and then if you're fighting one unit, you effectively always outnumber them, because fight like it's payday. Fuck it, you are just overwhelming the enemy. And that is also kind of wanting you to get into that fight a little bit more. Because I guess the idea, like, what's the gorilla's main gimmick? Like, the gorilla path is you're kind of fucking with the enemy a little bit more. Again, this is kind of more of the support route. And then you can go into, yeah, okay, you know what? Doing that, like, you can fuck with people getting outnumbered. You've got 3 Condotore in your squad. They're pretty reliable. They're decent all around. They don't have insane weapons. They don't have insane supplies. They don't need to have them. But they also have ranged weapons and hand weapons and medium armor and medium shields. They're just really good fighters, and they could do a lot of things. And hey, it's also encouraging you to say, hey, you can get into larger fights and feel more confident rather than risking getting overwhelmed. It's, hey, fight like it's payday, we're in this together. So if 2 of you are warlords and you both have some Condotore, this is late game, you technically are counting as a shit ton more units than you should. You can bring to bear a larger force without getting overwhelmed. The Magus. Yes, the Magus is Magic got somewhat of a rework. Also, if you want absolute dog shit naming, get ready. It's time for such legendary names as the Burst Caster, Explosion Wizard, Blast Magician. I was giving up, okay? I couldn't find any good names. Neophytes can use wands. I'm not even gonna give them no weapons. They can't even use fucking weapons. The neophytes have wands. They have 5 HP. You protect neophytes. They are dog shit combat. You know, when they upgrade to the combat thaumaturge, can they use a weapon finally? Scholars can't use it. They can use basic hand weapons and nothing else. Spell fencers, martial weapons, wands, maneuver 2, ATU 14, the Union, they do not, these guys are not going to scale very well in any capacity because the main gimmick is this: Union Casters. Instead of having more people with it, it just depends on the number of casters you have. So if you have a spell fencer and like 3 scholars, these all count. That's the main thing with spells, Union spells, is that do you have more casters than them? The answer is yes, you're going to get a bigger effect. Problem being is casters are incredibly incredibly fragile, so you can't really like get them into a fight very reliably. But you get a spell fencer early in there, and suddenly, actually, you know, I will even bump that. I will bump that up to D10 extra D10 damage. But you get a spell, you get, you know, a spell fencer and another caster in there. Suddenly, you know, your knight magus is actually kicking ass and taking names. You can light a motherfucker on fire with your best boys, and they get a ranged weapon, wands. Burst caster. Because that's one of the weird gimmicks I'm putting in, is that wands count as ranged weapons. Adroitness type naming. The thing is, I couldn't figure out, like, I literally wrote the abilities down before I wrote the names. Because I'm like, I couldn't really figure out a good name for any of these. Technically, you're not tier 3 foot, you are a tier 3 caster, thank you very much. Maho Shoujo. See, manly, manly. Think about it. Mm. 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 reduced by the opposing ATU unit. So it's kind of like, yeah, you see a guy with really shitty ATU, blast him with magic missile. Cause if you got a bunch of casters, you're dealing 3d6 damage effectively for free. You know what? I could even make this worse. You know, this is a tier 3 goddamn unit. So what if we'll make this T14 D10, we'll bump this up to 17 then. So it's like, it's a big expenditure, it's kind of a risky maneuver, but you blast everyone. If you've got four casters, you've done 4d10 damage to any union within 3 hexes. Actually, what do sorcerers up? Sorcerers come from scholars, go from channelers. What do the channelers? Tell me, what do channelers do? Enveloping shroud, concealed. So this is more of the support angle. So if we're doing the support angle, we can go down the... Actually, no. Maneuver to ATU 14. Illusionary unions. The illusionary union. Illusionary unions. Any units. These units. These illusions will. These illusions will disappear when they take any damage. Well, we'll say it's take any damage and cannot deal damage, but will automatically moved. This is very annoying because, again, you can do outnumbering. Yes, I do accept money, though I wouldn't say do that now because I might change the prices here soon. Just bear in mind, the prices are probably as of right now a little lower than they should be. I've been meaning to sit down with some of the patrons and work with people on things and kind of hammer things out. Though, ethical would like to help, but I don't believe. Buy now while they're low. Now. Though I've been trying to figure out a good way to increase prices but not like bankrupt anyone. Cause yeah. Good old stretch. Ooh. Oh, God. Ow. Ow. The number of the number of out of curiosity, how many commission projects are you working? Currently none. I don't work. I don't accept money until it is time. Until it is time to kind of work on it. I don't like working on them right away, just in case time happens. People, this is a frivolous excuse to give someone money for an odd project. But as of right now, oh god. As of right now, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 commissions in the pipeline. Now, this may not seem like a lot, but then you realize every one of them takes me about 2 weeks, roughly, to work on. Yeah. Just let me know when. It might be cheaper to get help than toil is for a few more years. But yeah, I've got a few. So I've got a few in the pipeline. Got a few patron games. Currently, there's just a few patron games. We're going through. The next one we're going to be working on tomorrow is going to be a game called Samada, which is going to be part of my Universal Fantasy setting, which I've finally kind of hammered out a little bit. I've got the vibes. I've got the vibes. TMCR. They're not good vibes, but they are vibes. Sorcerer, Arcanist, Union encased in a magical bubble of protection that extends. Text is around, though no one may enter or no one may leave the bubble. Let's see. But it will break when the actually, but yeah, Arcanists are a tier 3 unit with 5 HP and no weapons. They just have wands. You wanna deal with wizards in this game? I'm gonna tell you a very simple way how to deal with wizards in this game. You gank them. You rush up to them, you attack them, and they die. But if you're playing right, the Arcanist should never be in danger. The Arcanist should have a fucking meat wall in front of him and any problems. But that meat wall is always going to have someone kind of contesting it. Always like, yes, yes. Always poking. How far can we do this? Can we grab something we want? Can I kill you? When can I kill you? Blast, maneuver, maneuver 3, ATU 17. A spell that deals 2d10 to all units in a single direction. In a straight line, Union Caster's hexes. So it's kind of like, yeah, 2d10 damage doesn't seem like a lot unless those stupid morons are lined up, then and you're just gonna do more because it's gonna be longer and longer. The explosion wizard. They're gonna have 4. The Union cast an explosion spell at a location with a number of casts within Union casters. Hexes. Dealing 4d10 damage to those at the epicenter, 2d10 a hex away, and 2d10 2 hexes away. 2x's away. The explosion wizard goes into... Dying. Begins dying. Yes. Explosion wizards effectively are your walking nuclear arsenal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump this damage up quite significantly. Now, you hit someone with a 5d10 damage spell, you've nuked them. But explosion wizards are dog shit if you don't have other casters with you, because you're going to die. It's like, oh, cool, I'm going to cast this spell. You know, you cast at the epicenter. If you're standing right next to them, yeah, you take a 3d10 damage. It's indiscriminate. You know, and that's the problem, is that it's an indiscriminate spell. Most magic is completely uncaring. You have a bunch of allies engaged in melee? Yes, cast explosion, and then have everyone want to kill you. Elemental weapons. Actually, red mages go from spell fencer, so going into the red mage from the spell fencer. Good. Passive. You really only need one red mage. You really don't need more red mages. There's no real reason to have it, because you can, second you have them, they're there. Problem is, you have one red mage and he can die because he's been shot with an arrow and he's currently on the ground bleeding to death, and we should fix that. Uh-oh. Medium armored martial weapons. Let's see. Battle magics. Who does the Mage Knight come out from? Spellfencer. There we go. Doesn't seem like a lot. Actually, no. They don't have any healing spells. Why would I give them any heal spells? Oh, actually, There we go. Really, if you want an ideal combination, you have a red mage and a mage knight. That's your ideal combination, because you've gotten the most out of the spellfencer life, but you don't need any more than that. Got one of both, you've done a lot more. It's kind of an indirect way of balancing the spellfencer out. Is like, yeah, you need one you don't need many spellfencers because they don't really contribute all that much. And if you like, oh well, I have four four spellfencers, it's just like, cool. On the other hand, you don't have any actual wands really, Because if you kind of notice here, like, you aren't as efficient using magic. Enchanted weapons are good, they're not perfect, though. Ooh, Regito, where did I even get this name? Where is this from? Why are you a thing? What is this? Why did I do this? Riddle me this. Why did I? I think I literally, what the fuck is this? RO. .ro. What? No, that's not RU. Is this? It's just sorcerer, by the way. .ro. Like. .ro. Romanian. It's Romanian. Why did I do a Romanian name for this? Why? Why am I the way that I am? Romania. That's the whole idea of this what's the whole idea of this game? The whole idea of Project Tactics originally was a warband game. You've got all your guys together, where the main characters are effectively Muso characters. You're insanely strong by yourself. Your union, the initial guys kind of surrounding you, are all really helpful because they're there to help you. They actually boost you up, and they make you better, even though you by yourself are still pretty significant. Kind of the idea is that you are kind of building yourself up just as much as your troops. And that means, like, hey, you're going to go on larger missions and larger adventures with the idea of, like, you've got 30 guys backing you up kind of thing. Dynasty Warrior? Yes, Dynasty Warrior. I distinctly remember one of the ideas that kind of went into this game was the idea that in Dynasty Warrior, you do actually have soldiers. Soldiers do follow you around. And you need them because they'll follow you and they will go into places. You could be cutting up the entire enemy army by yourself single-handedly. There's like 30 guys behind you with a bunch of spears being like, yeah, go get him, chief. And you're trying to effectively protect them from their stupidly overpowered person. So it was kind of that idea of like, hey, this isn't a terrible idea, and it gives that warband scale a little bit more impressiveness. Where it's like, hey, it gives context to a lot more things and makes you feel like, yeah, I'm still a major part of this. Rather than just being like, I'm just another unit in a 30-man band. This isn't really an RPG. Like, yeah, this totally is. It's just, you've got a bunch of dudes around you that you can give names. They have names. Oh no, here's Juan the Channeler. Juan the Channeler might die horrifically, but we can believe he won't, because we care about Juan. Dog shit name. I just need to come up with a better name. These guys are coming off of... These are coming off the Arcanist. Where they've got Bubble of Protection. Mm. And off to Dreamland. Good luck to the rest of you watching, and the Note Warlord himself. Godspeed, good luck, and have a wonderful rest of your night. See, I need to debate on what I'm going to do next week for the videos, because I got to get back into the swing of things. Though I do plan on cutting down the video production cycle a little bit. Just because I've realized that I've been burning myself out way too fast on these things, so I'm like, okay, maybe it's a good idea to hold off on that a little bit. Still, there's gonna be a video every week, but maybe just a video every week. I don't know how I want to do it yet. Let's see. Maneuver 2, actually, no. This lasts for Union. Caster rounds, or until the Union attacks. So yeah, these guys are gonna let you fucking fly. These guys can turn invisible. So it's like, yeah, I'm a crazy wizard man who's gonna make my bunch of horse archers begin flying. I'm like, wow, that's awful. Hey, what if we could make our cavalry fly? And you mean our heavy cavalry that could now fly really high in the air and then crash into you. Oh boy, I love Pegasus. They're Pegasi. Actually, what would be a good kind of more offensive support? Actually, I know. Actually, no. I know we can do blood freeze. A little bit more of offensive support. Blood freeze is pretty bad because blood freeze forces you to effectively start panicking. Like, oh no, I'm scared, I'm going to die. Like, yes, warlocks are offensive casters. Hexers, Maze of the Mind. Base of the Mine, Maneuver 3, ATU 17. Mm. 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 Go. Move Union Caster. So you remove, like, it's kind of the idea that's like if you have three casters as a hexer, you hex them, and then you can say, okay, we're gonna move you 3 hexes away, which you can put them in a disadvantageous position. You can force them into a position where it's going to be bad, including, you know, hostile terrain, or force them into kind of bad, you know, bad moments. Let's see, casting the unit's choice. Yeah, like you can move them anywhere, including technically places where they shouldn't, like cavalry or anything, but like they won't kill themselves. The bishop, yes, the bishop is a little weird because they've got a few different ways of going about things. The road less traveled. Mm. 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 Breeze, benediction of the masses, maneuver 2, ATU 14, the Union recover, the Union, actually I should say any target Union, any Union within 3 hexes regains, unit, caster, Union casters, D6 HP. Mm. 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 It would take damage instead. Creatures of Darkness. I should actually know, if used on Creatures of Darkness, they would take damage instead. No, Kustalaskar also. An incredibly specific one. Kustalaskar are Turkish, fun fact. Why did I put Turkish? Well, I don't fucking know. Faith is our sword. Mm. 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 The assault, flagellants, faith is our shield. Faith is our shield. Tactic 2, assault. Mm. 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 Reduces all damage from the assault by 3, 6, 3, 6, 9. My -3, my -3, -6, -9. No, the Union gains +3, +6. From a successful assault. So you have to actually succeed to get the bonus damage. Actually, we'll do 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6 instead. So if you got a bunch of these guys, you're already doing pretty well, because you can go down kind of the Holy Warrior route. Really.png. Yes, Kuraga. Turkey mentioned. Turk. Don't you know I am Turkey's strongest warrior? That's why they can't watch my videos. We're actually going to do maneuver 2, ATU 17. All troopers within Union casters. Actually, all troopers from Union casters. Unions from effectively whatever. If you have 3 unions, so it'd be all troopers from 3 unions. From three unions up to 2 hexes, up to 2 hexes away. Up to 2 hexes. Restore 1d6 HP to restore 1d6 HP. Now, again, this doesn't seem like a lot. Like that seems kind of dull. However, effectively, this is for every trooper. So if you have 5, you're effectively healing them 5d6. And if you are effectively healing every single soldier there 1d6 HP. Doesn't seem like a lot, but suddenly, wow, we've healed a bunch of damage. Actually, that reminds me. No. Lecter's tier 4. We're gonna make this 4, but we're gonna make this real fucking easy though. ATU 11. You are effectively always gonna succeed at this. Restore a dying Union member to full HP. Yeah, maybe cast on adjacent unit. It's a big investment of focus. It's 4 focus, where it's kind of the thing, like, the idea for it being 4 focus exactly is you're kind of saving this up a little bit, and if someone does go down, you're using that instead of getting anything. But restore everyone. Actually, restore a dying Union trooper to full HP. Maybe cast on adjacent unions. Actually, if the captain. Let's see. If the captain were to dying state. For all remaining focus. This is automatically used for all remaining focus. Like, yeah, hey, if you go down, we will automatically cast this. You will have no focus. Which is really bad. But you won't. It's pretty much a free save. but that's a free save for all of your focus, so you might be in a worse position, but you can play a little riskier. Apostle, spread the good word. Actually, we can make that. Let's make it a stance because I find that funny. There we go. When a union begins or ends their turn adjacent to an allied unit, they may move 1 hex in any direction of their choice. Apostles effectively allow you to haul ass. Get a bunch of apostles. Get an apostle set up. Actually, you know what? We can even do this. Let's get 3. What happens if we have 3 apostles? Obviously, you get to move up to 3 additional hexes. You get to make a full move with 3 apostles. And they're cavalry too, so they move really fast. They're the only cavalry unit a bishop gets. They're the only casting cavalry unit, I think. And I find that very funny. Kuriga. Oh. Yeah, Battlefield Watch Healing is a real Kuriga. Guru. Listen to the wise words of a weary traveler. They add +2. They add plus. Actually. There we go. Every guru counts as a caster and cavalry, so you move faster and get more casters. They do nothing else. Welcome to the guru life. Now, effectively, cavalry lets you move faster as many cavalry units as you have, which you're like, hey, you have a good cavalry unit, you get to move farther. You count as cavalry. So, hey, you get a +1 movement speed. That's all cavalry does. You get a +1 movement speed. The dark road to redemption. The redeemed. The redeemed. Yeah. That's fine. The broken one, broken but still standing. Actually, because I'm kind of removing damage resistance across the board, but let's give him it. Actually, broken one goes from the flagellant. The flagellant upgrades from the Ghazi. The Ghazi has armor, I believe. Ghazi has light armor. So I need to give everyone kind of light armor. That's all they get, though. Let's see. Well, 5 up, that would be that's effectively a little over 50%. That's about 60% because it's not 6, that'd be 6. So yeah, no, it would be on a 5 up. So a little over 50% of the time, the broken one is going to get back up from dying. He doesn't die, but he can always substitute him. I don't know. Actually, I guess we can make him like a bear killer. No. War priest, medium armor. Deafening prayer. They were revelrous and actually they have the revelrous in overdrive and overdrive condition for two rounds. You pretty much pay back all the focus you get for. You pay back all the focus you spent on it. You get a lot. Yeah, actually, No, you pay back and get 2 additional ones that you normally wouldn't. You're pretty much paying back all of everything you did for getting this, in addition to having Revelrus, which makes more maneuvers more possible. Stavofros, God's Champions. Mm. 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 Burn 2 focus, effectively making you do a shit ton more damage, and you get edge when attacking or defending. So it's like, hey, you're just being a better, like, if you attack someone, you say, we're God's champions, we're doing this, you're going to do extra damage. And you're going to be rolling an extra d6 when you're attacking or defending, so you get stuck in the middle there, you just start swinging, and you hope for the best. Don't really need too many war priests or these guys. Actually, they gain the bloodthirsty condition. So it's kind of like, the first one, you just get the bloodthirsty condition. Then you get the edge on the assault. Then you get edge on all defense checks. You have 3 of these guys, you are effectively a combat nightmare unit. You are doing really well. You turn any unit into a good unit. There's 3 of them, mind you, but that's plus 6 strength, plus 3 toughness, and plus 3 ATU, baby. Put these guys in with a bunch of casters, and they'll do fine. You are doing okay. Now we have the knaves. Knaves, rogue, footpath, thugu. Beat him senseless. Hell, I don't even need it. We'll just do tactic. Tactic 1. During assault, the Union targets 2 members of the opposing Union. Deals 2d and deals 2d6 damage to both of them. Must be in. There we go. Beat him senseless. You are trading out more utility for doing something a little bit bigger. Swashbucklers, daring bravado. Actually, do 3 members. Tactic. This is tactic 1 during an assault. Actually, no. I know we can do stancing, baby. When in doubt, make a stance. No, that's too good. That's way too good. So you enter Daring Bravado and you get a bunch of focus, and you can get a bunch of focus, which lets you do a bunch of other things, as well as get base movement. Actually, no, they add +1 base movement, +1 focus every round, and edge. An edge on all attacks. There we go. You have 3 of them. You have 3 swashbucklers. You are getting, more movement, more focus, and an edge on all your attacks. Boom. Big 3. So, Highwayman. Technically these count as foot. Light range. But expert aim. I don't really know what to do with these guys because they get a martial range weapon. What did the Highwaymen upgrade in? Highwaymen upgrade into Desperados and Moss Troopers. Desperados get pot shot, double the range for range attack. Marsh Troopers get these feel like they should have something different. So, I mean, if we look into this, if you're a footpad +1 core +1 tactic, you go into Bandit. What does Bandit do? Bandits upgrade into Marauders, which is their only cavalry unit because they can make a range attack and make half move in any direction of their choice, or they can go into the Brigand. Actually, you know what? Let's keep the... Actually, I know what we can do. We can do, snapshot. Mm. Mm. Damage when they make a rounded down range. So it's kind of the idea of, okay, they're really close. Fuck it. Let's make a ranged volley attack. If there's a bunch of highwaymen, you're making a snapshot, you're firing off all your bows, your crossbows and shit, real close, and then bing, 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 bing. We've shot someone to pieces. They're now on the ground. They're bleeding to death. And now we're able to kind of capitalize on that a little bit. Banditos, Shank and Gank, they deal 1d6. Yep, the bandits are assholes. You want to get bandits up there, and that brings to Moss Troopers, shots in the dark. Deals plus 1d10 damage, plus 1d damage when standing in rough, dangerous terrain. Moss Trooper is also incredibly a very specific name. Yeah, because this is the idea of a Moss Trooper. They're a very specific term. They're brigands, effectively. They're people. They were effectively just assholes who lived in northern England. And, like, effectively, there's border reavers. That's all they are. There's people who would come in, they would loot everything and run. All right, get some sleep. I should be getting sleep here too. I've been working on this too long. Moss Trooper, what are your gimmick? Actually, you know what we can do? You're still ranged. Pot shot makes make a pot shot. Actually, we can do tactic. Volley makes pot shot by doubling the range of the range attack. Marauders, cavalry, pop a shot. Rip and tear, tactic, assault. Into the making a charge. If the attack is successful, if is successful, let's see. Assault rushes straight into the target. You making a charge. If the attack is successful, if the assault is successful, they may move 2, 3, 4 hexes in any direction. All retreat damage is instead applied to the engaged union, into the target union. Yep, yeah, that's kind of the gimmick there. Is like, yeah, they just leave, but they take the retreat damage. The enemy that would normally deal retreat damage, she takes it. It's like, oof, you charge in with a bunch of marauders and you boom, and then you immediately leave. You can actually leave outside their range, which is bad, obviously. Brigands. Down and out. Let's see, when engaged union has a trooper enter the dying state, the brigand, each brigand deals 1d3 damage to the opposing union. So yeah, the brigands are, they're not super strong, but they don't need to be super strong. They are very adaptable though, and it's like, hey, if we see someone go down, actually, we're gonna keep hitting you there. Actually, if a target union after an attack has a trooper enter the dying state, each brigand deals an additional 1d6 damage to the union, to the opposing, to the target union. Cavalier Pride. Cavaliers aren't actually on foot, are fucking foot fighters, I realize. Let's see, Cavaliers Pride, they would add actually, no, I know what we can do. The union adds an additional plus 1d6 d10 plus 1d6 plus 1d10 of retaliation damage when they fail an assault. Retaliation damage. You get a bunch of cavaliers in, and you could probably do more damage retaliating than hitting them, which is fine because they got medium armor and decent weapons. Distro. Threat of the Blade. Ignores 1 damage reduction from the enemy. Nope. Threat of the Blade. Mm. 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 A tactic. I know we can make this a tactic. We'll do tactic. Tactic 2. Whenever the Union is successful in an assault, add in additional 1d10, 2d10 damage. Add an additional 2d10 damage. Actually, So it's kind of like, hey, you by virtue of inducting, like, hey, if you were successful in an assault, you just add an additional 1d10 damage to any trooper. You pick a trooper and say he's going to take an extra d10 damage, which is like, hey, I've decided to put all of my damage on my frontliners, being like, sorry, I've killed your caster. Actually, no. Whenever a trooper in the Union, whenever a trooper in the Union is focused, the brute the brute deals 2d10 deals weapon damage. Deals weapon damage. Let me double check. Let's see. So deals weapon damage to deals weapon damage. You get 4 brutes, then yeah, you're gonna just beat someone to death. So the brute's entire goal in life is, hey, we have someone getting focused. I can immediately deal weapon damage to any trooper in the opposing union. So it's kind of like, hey, my weapon might do 4 damage, but if there's 3 of my guys here, we're doing a pretty much an additional set of damage. We're doing 9 damage to someone who might not be able to take it very well. Or, hey, we've, beat the shit out of someone, because brutes should indicate, like, we can't really focus these people, because brutes are just a giant meat field. It's just a giant meat shield that you can soak up. You can just throw a bunch of damage on. He's just going to be able to soak it. You can't focus anyone. So if you're playing a knave magus, get up to a brute. If you get up to a brute, you effectively have a giant meat stick that can take a lot of damage and just not give a shit. Protagonist, right time, right, good time, lads. The Union used the focus tactic on 2 targets. Actually, we're going to do on 2, 3, 4 targets, dealing separate damage to both of them, to all of them. Yep. Welcome to the wonderful world of having a bunch of protagonists, which protagonist is actually a reference to Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 2nd edition, I believe also 4th edition, where they are effectively professional bullies. Oh god, okay, one more to go. Rangers. Warlers, arbalists. Tactic, ranged volley, tactic, C, focused assault, ranged volley would get Union makes a focused to the Visin firing line. 17, you makes a range attack against all hexes in a range 1, in a range plus. Let's see, makes a ranged volley against unions and hexes in hexes, range 1, in a line in front of them. Hexes, L firing line, maneuver 1, tack 17, not fucking 11, 1. Tack 17, the Union makes a ranged volley against all target unions within X in range +1. Actually, you know what? We're not gonna do that. Actually, we're going to make this pretty expensive, but firing line's going to give you extra range. Your firing lines is like, hey, you can just make a fucking firing line. Wildwood roads. The Union casts a spell to turn the number of casters in the Union rough, dangerous hazards. The Union. Reduces terrain hexes to hazard rating 0 for the to hazard rating 0D0 0D0. Within 2 hexes. Within 2 hexes. Something up to 2 may revert. Revert these changes at the end of any round. Yes, you have the option of saying, nope, I don't want to do this anymore. Welcome to your druids, everyone. Wild walkers. Lightfoot, Union 1 die level. Because wild stalkers can upgrade into way stalkers or way watcher. Actually, no. We Lightfoot. At the actually At the end of the round, the Union may move 1, 2, 3 hexes in any direction. They're big on movement. That's the idea of Wild Walkers. Gotta keep moving. Keep moving. Never stop moving. Dex Core. Why did I call it Dex? Coordination, not dexterity. That's coordination. We want to do Silent Stalkers, Maneuver, 1, Core 13, Core 14. The Union gains the concealed condition and may make a full move. They make full move in any direction of their choice. Moves 1 hex in any direction when a enemy Union moves within 5 hexes. May move 1, 2, 3 hexes in any direction when an enemy moves within 5 hexes. We're going to say moves within 3 hexes. So it's kind of like, hey, you've entered my no-no zone. I can make a move away. I should say moves within 3 hexes. You can kind of position yourself. And going down that tree is very much, I want to put myself in a dedicated position. Mm. Again. Again, the bloodthirsty condition because bloodthirsty is good. Let's see, they get bloodthirsty, unbreakable. Yeah, they get bloodthirsty and unbreakable. So they get to pretty much like double all there. Yeah. Bloodthirsty and unbreakable. Mm. 2, 3, 4 rounds. Sun Druid, the light of nature. Union casters. There we go. Dancing lights. Give them a little bit more utility. It's like, hey, we're just going to disorient you. Cossacks. This is their cavalry unit. War and glory. The Cossack restore was put into the dying position when an enemy trooper, quarreler, shot and sword, make range attack and melee, then make a melee attack. This is going to be a tactic, assault, or ranged volley. Technically, it's both, and it's technically they can either do. I guess actually no, this would be assault. We're gonna make that. This is a little bit complicated, so it's going to be worth 3, but it's effectively, hey, do a range attack and then immediately make another melee attack. Siege archers. Siege archers. Siege archer, siege breaker. The next range attack in Union ignores enemy toughness and tactic 2, ranged volley. Ignore enemy. If the range volley successful, ignore target Union's toughness. Snipper. I'm a sneaky sniper. Sneaky snipper. There we go. That 3, 2, 1. So you've got a bunch of siege archers. You can just ignore a unit, target unit's toughness. Sniper. Mm. Mm. Deal weapon damage times 3 times 4 times 4. Mm. 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 An arrow is loosed, strikes open in the chaos of the volley. Effectively, you are, as a sniper, you are saying, okay, I'm going to pull back, I'm aiming for a very specific person, go think, and shot rings out, goes into someone's skull, and they fall over. Leading to, because mostly weapon damage is solid, so it's like you always are going to guarantee do a little bit of damage. So, K-dokie. Hey, I think we're done with all of these. Only one I'm not really happy with is Moss Troopers. I need to figure out I need to find out something for the Moss Troopers to do and be, but that won't be too difficult. So, thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Godspeed, good luck. I am very tired. I am going to sweep.